Ever feel like there's something more to the world than what we can see, hear, or touch? That strange sense of déjà vu, the shiver down your spine in an empty room, or that gut feeling you just can't shake? What if these aren't just tricks of the mind? What if they're echoes of forgotten senses, senses that could once perceive dimensions beyond our own? Imagine for a moment that our ancestors had abilities we've long since lost. Senses that allowed them to navigate not just space, but time. The ability to feel the ripples of a future event, or to sense the lingering presence of a past one. Think about it. Ancient cultures are filled with stories of seers, oracles, and mystics who could supposedly glimpse beyond the veil of reality. Perhaps they weren't just telling stories. Maybe they were describing a world perceived through a richer, more complex set of senses. So, where did these senses go? One theory is that as we evolved, our brains prioritized survival in the physical world. We honed our sight to spot predators, our hearing to detect danger. In this process of specialization, the more subtle, abstract senses might have faded into the background, like a muscle we stopped using. They're still there, deep in our genetic code, but dormant, waiting for the right trigger to reawaken. This idea isn't just fantasy. Modern physics, particularly string theory, suggests the existence of multiple dimensions, possibly up to 10 or even more, all curled up and hidden from our everyday perception. Our entire universe, everything we know and experience, might just be one slice of a much larger, multidimensional reality. If these other dimensions exist, isn't it plausible that a biological organism could evolve a way to sense them? Let's explore what these senses might be like. Proprioception is our sense of where our body parts are. What if there was a chronoception, a sense of one's place in time? This could explain premonitions, or that uncanny feeling of knowing what someone is about to say. You wouldn't see the future like in a movie, but you might feel its shape approaching. Or how about echolocation for reality itself? Just as bats use sound to map their surroundings, perhaps a forgotten sense allowed us to send out a kind of psychic ping and interpret the echoes that bounce back from parallel realities or alternate timelines. This could be the source of those what-if scenarios that play so vividly in our minds, feeling almost like memories of a life we never lived. Think about the implications. If we could reawaken these abilities, how would it change our world? We could potentially anticipate natural disasters, understand consciousness on a deeper level, or even perceive the interconnectedness of all things in a tangible way. It would be the greatest leap in human evolution since we first stood upright. But how could we even begin to tap into this? Meditation, mindfulness, and deep focus practices have been used for centuries to quiet the noise of our dominant senses. Maybe by silencing the constant chatter of sight and sound, we create a space for these quieter, more ancient senses to speak. It's about shifting our awareness from the external to the internal, listening to the subtle signals our bodies and minds are already sending us. These aren't just abilities for a chosen few. This potential could be lying dormant within every single one of us. The next time you get an unexplainable gut feeling or a sudden vivid daydream, don't just dismiss it. Pay attention. Lean into it. You might just be feeling the first stirrings of a long-lost sense, a forgotten key to unlocking a universe far grander than we ever imagined. The hidden dimensions aren't necessarily out there in some far-off galaxy. They might be right here, all around us, just waiting for us to learn how to perceive them again. Thanks for joining me on this journey down the rabbit hole. If you enjoyed exploring these mind-bending ideas, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the unknown. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, keep questioning.